Hello friends, family and other creatures of the sea, welcome back to another high level best of 5. Today we have ByuN versus Zest. Zest recently announced his retirement on the 19th of June. And this is a series from that day. I believe it was played on the 19th of June. So one of the final games that he has played before he has to go to the military. And I thought it would be fun to just have a look at it, kind of as a final goodbye. I know that Zest... There have been rumors that he retired 4 or 5 times already, and this time it is truly confirmed that he is, well, I'm not sure if retiring is the correct word, but he has to go to the military to do his mandatory South Korean military service, and kind of as a goodbye, I'd figure we do a series. You know, we'll do a final Zest series here. ByuN versus Zest. In the bottom right we have ByuN. In the top left we have Zest. We already saw ByuN setting up every single one of his camera hotkeys early on in the game. He went all the way up to here. I think he has like legit 7 or 8 camera hotkeys. Oh, you can even see the dog move. Look at that. That's beautiful stuff. I can also see the minerals and the extractors. It's kind of odd. You usually can't see that in a replay, but I don't mind it. The rocks are clear. Almost like you're in a map editor. Beautiful stuff. Alright, core before Nexus, we see a Zealot being constructed. Might get cancelled though, he's just building that in case there's an eBay here, I believe. Yeah, we're definitely gonna see a cancel on that Zealot, right? Right, guys? No cancel on that Zealot. So it's going to be a Zealot with a low ground Nexus. On the other hand, we have a Reactor, a Command Center on the high ground, and a Factory, which will also be placed on the high ground immediately the moment money is available. It's not going to be placed quite next to this barracks, but it's close. Zealot gets built, starts walking across the map. Now, if the Reaper finds the Zealot, that is bad for the Zealot. If the Reaper, however, dodges the Zealot, that also actually is fine for the Terran player here, because everything is built on the high ground. The Zealot is going to be pretty darn useless. Reactor gets constructed. We'll have to wait and see what is going to happen right now. We'll be following this Reaper, the path of the Reaper, to figure out if he'll see the Zealot. The answer is no, you won't see the Zealot. The beauty of the Zealot is that it can also hide in these bushes here. So even if it meets the Reaper, you can still kind of mess around. Reaper reaches the other side of the map. There is a bit of a Reaper wall there. We'll still scout the tech. Sees that it's a Twilight Council. We'll be happy with that information and go back home. Reactor being at this timing, and there not being a Marine yet, is a tell right now for Zest that this was a gas first, which means a faster factory but slower Marine production. Will Zest actually realize that is of course a good question that we can also ask here. It's going to be double Stalker, second Gateway on the way, and then Blink should start pretty soon as well. Not quite sure what the follow-up is going to be for Zest. Could be a robotics facility, could be an extra gate, could be a fast third base as well. There's loads of options. First chrono boost goes towards the Blink. And we see, is this the first or the second mine? This is the second mine that's being produced. Could be going into a tech lab or a third factory unit. Usually if this is a tech lab, we afterwards see a swap between the starport and the factory for a quick Raven follow-up. This gives you some added safety against any potential DTs. And it also just helps if you want to harass later on with a Raven. Could also be a tank, but it's a little less common. Yep, there we go. We'll swap over this factory to build a tech lab there, and we'll see a starport fly over to get that Raven. First 6 Marines are out. One of the Marines has died somewhere, I'm not quite sure how, but I saw a Marine go down. Oh, Zealot also went down, so I guess that's what happened. Robotics facility, third base on the way. Medevac with the 2 mines is moving across the map. The Raven is not rallied anywhere, so probably is going to stay at home at least initially. Tank is supply blocked because this depot is slightly too late. Oh, I think a depot just finished up somewhere. I'm not quite sure where, but tank at least... Oh no, it's still supply blocked actually, never mind. Medevac is making its way in toward the main base. 4:30 is the timing it's going to hit. As there's not a single Stalker in the main currently, I think ByuN is going to... Well, I actually thought he was going to drop these mines. One in the main, one in the natural. We do see an unburrow here on one of these. Another unburrow. Beautiful stuff, actually. Stalker's moving across the map right now. This could get pretty dicey. This is the wrong mine to burrow again. I think ByuN realizes that right now. He's like, oh, wait a second. Sorry, guys. I want to trade. This main base hasn't mined in a while. Bunker is not quite done yet, though. There's lots of Stalkers here at the front as well. Blink back. A couple of SCVs will fall. Mule not mining either. This bunker is going to finish up, and the tank is here, which means that right now ByuN is safe, at least temporarily. One Stalker is going to die. 2 workers have fallen already, and the medevac is still alive with 1 mine in it. Third base has finished up, 44 workers against 39. Third barracks is just now on the way, as well as the eBay and the third gas. Raven is making its way across the map too, so there's a lot of action already in this relatively short game. We'll have to wait and see how ByuN is going to truly follow this up, because we have this Raven, could be heading in to drop a couple of auto turrets. So far only 1, but in 5-6 seconds from now there's going to be another turret available. That is 1 kill for the Raven, but another full worker pool away from the minerals. And a lot of mineral time was also, or a lot of mining time was already wasted in the main base. Charge is starting after the 8 gates have been thrown down. So this is going to be 8 gate charge lot without any upgrades whatsoever. Battery goes down at the third base. We have 2 tanks out already, reactor is to follow up, and we see this barracks move over to start combat shields as well. Raven is making a rotation here and starting to move towards the top side of the map, capable of kind of hanging in between. Ooh, that's spotted. That has been spotted. Turret, is it necessary? Yes, it's necessary. I think it's going to die no matter what though. Blink is going to be available really soon. Could park it here on the high ground. That'll keep the Raven safe. Is there anything out there? Hallucination in 3-4 seconds from now? Wait, no way. Zest missed it. Oh my god. This Raven's gonna... We're not gonna make it. Boom. Raven gets busted. At the same time though, this mine deals a decent chunk of damage. So a Raven for 6 probes. It's not a trade that I think Zest is too happy with. Especially because both the mine and the medevac stay alive without taking any additional damage. Good movement there out of ByuN. Barracks 4 and 5 on the way, and the first push is already going to be tricky to stop here for Zest. There's not that many units out yet. There is a prism on the map, which allows for a counterattack. Ooh, also a forge. But this is a real issue. This actually is a real issue for Zest. He hardly has any vision. Actually has no vision whatsoever. No pylon here on the top side, no pylon on the left side. There is an observer here on the bottom. That's not going to help too much. And the triangle setup makes it difficult to defend the third as well as the main at the same time. So you can kind of ping-pong in between these 2 bases. 2 tanks remain at home. There's now a large army as well over here. So you have a couple of Stalkers in the main base still waiting for that medevac to get back in. Here comes the boost. ByuN believes that there's an observer here. That's why he boosts through it. So there's a little less time. At the same time moving out with these Marines and Marauders. Trying to trick his opponent into not paying attention if there was some vision in that dead space. However, there wasn't. Pylon is going to get sniped. Battery is now unpowered. That's a lot of Marauders here in this army. 4 Marauders with the +1 upgrade. Means that they're quite good against potentially Stalkers. Will need to run away and actually loses all of these units as well. Slightly frustrating. And that's just the way it is. 2 more Vikings here. Third base has finished. And 8 more workers go down. This mine has dealt some serious damage. Some actual very, very serious damage. Some slight oversaturation on this third base as well. Wouldn't mind to see those bad boys go towards the... Or on the natural. Wouldn't mind seeing those SCVs go towards the third. You have 4 medevacs. Immortal being popped out right now. That's going to be a third Immortal. +1 attack. Ghost Academy. ByuN is just staying kind of defensive for now. Probably wants to wait for his Ghost before he makes a move. Not sure how aware he is of the current gas count, but if he were to scout, to scan that third base, see no gas there, I don't think he would move out before Ghost ever. There's potential for a blink on top of this tank. It's going to happen. Tank gets taken out for free. At the same time, we have a Zealot Immortal army on the right side. Means that perhaps these Stalkers can deal some damage to the worker count. Maybe just snipe a Marauder here or there. This is a good fight for Zest, honestly. Yep, takes out 2 Marauders, loses 1 Stalker. It's a fine trade. 150 supply against 150. Zest actually is in an okay-ish spot. Until Ghosts are out, I think ByuN needs to be really, really careful. Does not have a significant mine count. I mean, there's 2 mines over here. No armory. 2 Liberators are on the way. Oh, what is this move? Well, not a good move, that's for sure. Robo as well as Robo Bay being built. 3 gases being added to the mix as well. And this feels pretty decent right here for ByuN. This feels okay for ByuN. ByuN's going to have a very powerful timing. As long as the Prism doesn't keep him at home, I think ByuN can almost certainly go for a kill here. Vikings are out, which means that this Prism will die or will need to be recalled. I'm not quite sure if there's 4 anti-Prism units, if a recall will be quick enough. It might just barely be. Here comes the recall. Vikings will only get a single shot off, I believe. Prism goes back home, and this will be the trigger for ByuN to move out. Or at least that's what I imagine will happen here. 1 Stalker gets taken out, 2nd Stalker gets caught as well with the concussive, 3rd and 4th Stalker will fall as well. Oh no, Zest, huge error, 6 Stalkers going down. All he took out was like a Marine or maybe a Marauder. That is a terrible trade, especially if ByuN already was planning on attacking. This is definitely going to force him to pull the trigger. 3 Ghosts are out right now. There's no tanks with this. This is a decent start of an engagement right now for Zest. Ghosts are not quite with the army. That means without any EMPs whatsoever, this could be a potentially good fight here for Zest. ByuN, once again, will just move back. Playing it very slow, very patient, very careful. Liberator in the natural, Liberator in the 3rd base. Helps against Zealot run bys. Making sure to keep these SCVs alive. Mines, not quite invisible. And here comes the Ghost push out. First 2 Disruptors are out already. Number 3 and 4 are on the way. There's a lot of Immortals in this army, but is there really enough Zest right now? Guardian Shield gets activated. Super Battery gets popped immediately as well, as we see Zest desperately trying to chrono out. Well, actually not chronoing, just trying to get out more of these Disruptors. What is the chrono focused on right now? I don't actually know. Huge Zealot run by here. Look at that. Oh, that's a snipe. That's a snipe. That's another snipe. Every single one of these Disruptors going down without hitting anything. EMPs are hitting as well. Zealots halfway across the map are not going to be contributing to this fight. Will help taking out this bunker. We see, oh, the Liberators at home helping out as well. The front of Zest has been breached, though. 1 more Disruptor coming in, needs a massive shot, is going to get a massive shot, hitting 4 or 5 Marauders, a Ghost as well. These units are going to drop. One of the Marines will fall against a Disruptor, but there's simply not enough Zest. Defensively, these Zealots are dealing a lot of damage, but GG gets called as Zest is forced to tap out. ByuN wins game number 1. Not a great start for Zest in this best of 5. But then again, you know, things don't have to start out well. As long as you win in the end, that's all that matters. Once again, I guess, first opener out of ByuN. This is slightly new. I noticed this build for the first time in the GSL group, where he also played against Zest, wasn't it? Actually managed to beat Zest 2-0 with this opener. And it has some advantages, it has some disadvantages. One of the main disadvantages, of course, is that you have less eco. CC is forced to be built on the high ground. But because it is with a no scout and you have a quick factory, it is relatively safe. Well, it's extremely safe in the early game. You still get scouting info with the Reaper. So yeah, I kind of like it, actually. I kind of like the build. It does, of course, have a lower Marine count. And the problem with a lower Marine count isn't so much defensively for the Terran as it is the lack of a threat in the early game, basically. So the moment a Protoss player sees Reaper first, Gas first, this is the lowest Marine count possible for Terran, basically, or majority of the time. Because usually you also build some Hellions with it. If you just go straight away into Reactor and then start pumping Marines, it isn't even that bad, honestly. But you're still lacking a bit of a threat. Most of the time. Majority of the time. It's true. On top of that, I think it's not brilliant that if you play Gas first, that there's zero threat whatsoever of a 3-Rex opener. Because playing 3-Rex with a Gas first is legitimately quite bad. And one of the main things that Protoss is very afraid of is the 3-Rex opener. So if you can't play a 3-Rex opener with any type of builder... Oh my god, he got it! I watched a game the other week where he tried it 5 times in a row and failed 5 times in a row with this move. This time that's not the case though. Actually gets the scout on the Twilight Council. And if he gets out, if he jumps out with his Reaper, that's sick. Oh my god, he jumps out. No shot, right? Wait, he's gonna sacrifice it for another kill? Poof! No. If he gets out here with 2 kills, Zest should leave the game. Oh my god, 1 HP on this Reaper, just barely getting enough. This is a big L. Zest takes a huge L here. Oi. Oh my god, yeah, keep speaking. I'm loving it. I have no clue what any of this means. But very cool. I bet Zest is proper upset here. I would be upset as well. Oi, 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 oi. Okay, once again... once again, blink. And it's going to be a second game as well. He's going to try again. Here we go. Round 2. Fight. This Reaper is now in. It's not going to really get anything. Does scout whether there's a robo or not, and sees that there's no dark shrine. So actually got some good information with that as well. Mines make their way across the map. Look at that timing that this is going to hit. It's going to be like 415 maybe? No, 420. If he takes a direct route, I think he can legit hit at 415. Now it's going to be more like 420, which is good because that usually means it's going to be pre-blink. If you can hit pre-blink, I mean, that tends to be kind of fantastic. Zest spots it this time around. Blink is done. 425. Slightly too late. It's going to die. It's going to die. It's going to stay alive, but just barely. Observer being sent in. Into the dead space. Tank, Raven, second barracks. What are we doing here, Mr. Zest? Third base is already halfway done. 4 gases. Rush into a Templar archive, so that's going to be Storm then. I love the way that ByuN is playing this, by the way, just keeping that medevac over here. You can also send it back home to heal it, then send it back into this position. Raven moving towards the opposite direction. Zest already prepared for it. He knows the tricks of his opponent. He says, I'm not going to fall for it again. And as I say that, he moves his Stalker slightly out of position. Okay, here comes the Raven. That's a 1. That's a 2. And that's a 3. That's a dead Raven. And that Raven got nothing done. Well, got 2 worker kills, I think. Oh my god, not again. Raven dies, but 6 probes fall. Literally the same thing as last game. Last game it also was 6 probes. Or was it 8? Nah, it was 6. Or 8. Can't recall now. ByuN's pushing out on the map, so this is a very different follow-up here. I'm not sure if ByuN realized that this is a Templar. Okay, he saw the Templar archive, so that might have triggered the response here, realizing, hey, there's not going to be any charge lots here. Scans forward, sees absolutely nothing. And if you have absolutely nothing and there's a tank in position and a second tank on the way, even if these Marines do not have any stim or combat shield, this could be somewhat dangerous. We still have this prism, this medevac in the natural that could go in towards the natural to deal some damage. Blink forward on top of those tanks, but a lot of Stalkers are going to get taken out. Marines moving in. Here comes the medevac. And this medevac has 2 mines in it. There's going to be a lot of kills once again, isn't it? Oh, yes. 5 workers are being slaughtered here, as Stalkers are also being taken out. Great retarget there, making sure that this mine stays alive for as long as possible. GG gets called. Zest has had enough, and he did not have enough Stalkers left either. 1100 resources lost against 2200, and within 6 minutes and 45 seconds, the score is now 2-0 in favor of ByuN. Here we are in our 3rd game, and we're playing a little game called Switching It Up with Zest. Zest is opening up with a 2 simulator before Nexus opener. It's a new theme song I'm still working on. Might not be the greatest theme song to work on now, seeing that Zest is going to the military service. Maybe we can just replace Zest's name with any other player that is switching it up. After 2 games of opening with Corby for Nexus and a quick Twilight Council, we're now seeing a proxy Stargate, which actually was... Oh, this is a 12 pylon, 13 gate. I'm sorry I skipped that part. Happens to the best. So it's going to be a very dedicated type of proxy. This cuts heavily into your economy. The moment that our good friend ByuN scouts this, I think he's actually fine. Because with this build order, you have a quicker factory. That means you can probably just get a mine out. I don't think you can rush out a Cyclone, though. We'll have to think about that. This is a dead Reaper, by the way. It's an extremely dead Reaper. It's going to try to hit it with a mine. No, it's not. I don't think a tech lab is possible here, ByuN. That is 18 seconds on the tech lab. 32 seconds on the Cyclone. The Oracle already is dancing in your mineral line at that point. I think what you need to play here is mine into Cyclone 100% of the time. Mine in your mineral line into a Cyclone, also in your mineral line. Bunker on the high ground I do like, CC is finished, you're going to have 2 Marines. This is not enough. This is simply not enough. Seeing the tech lab is also great because you know it can't be a mine there yet. There's simply not the factory time for that. Yeah, this is bad. It's not game over because this needs to deal a lot of damage, and it's dealing the maximum amount of damage, which apparently is 3 worker kills and 2 marine kills, and having 4 workers that have randomly been targeted here. That Oracle was not a killer, let me tell you that much. That was an Oracle that did not want to do any real damage. Bunker gets sold as well. Nexus is on the way. So we have our second Cyclone coming out. You still have a timing here, by the way, against Cyclones, where you go in with 3 Oracles. And I think you might have enough energy to even activate that 3rd Oracle as well. You'll be fighting against 1.5 Cyclone, but 1.5 Cyclone will be rounded down because the Cyclone isn't done yet. So it's literally 1 Cyclone against 3 Oracles. That's a really sick timing that you can have. Oh, it's going for a Phoenix. I really like this as well. There's a lot of cool plays here that Zest is doing. Chronoing out that Phoenix will lift 1 of the Cyclones, target down, hopefully these Marines, and then go for the Cyclone that's left over. Big moves, big moves. Here we go. Maybe even can force a lock on one of these. Oh my god, now you need to... No, you need... No! Should have lifted the other one. Oh no. You'd want one of the Cyclones to lock onto the Phoenix, and then you lift the other Cyclone. This was a terrible fight. Holy crap, this was awful. Oh, it looked like it had so much potential as well. That's what makes it even worse. I hate it when things have potential and they fail. A little bit like my academic career. Elementary school, they always say, hey, you have some potential, Kevin. Then I hit high school and that potential was gone. Eaten away. Put all that potential into StarCraft 2. Where did that bring me? Here on 2K Atmosphere, Zest versus ByuN. Game 3 in this best of 5. That's where it brought me. eBay is being built. I wouldn't even mind if ByuN goes for a push out here. There is Blink on the way, which is still relatively fast, by the way, considering the fact that he opened up with triple freaking Oracle and a Phoenix. I actually liked the build order, but it didn't work. It absolutely did not work. This is not a unit loss tab you want to see after opening up with 12 pylon, 13 gate. He is up a single worker right now, Zest, that is. Why is it dark here? I thought we could see if I have this tower. This is so odd. Yeah, Marine, you probably want to run away. Yeah, Marine realized, wait a second. Is there any unit that the Protoss has that is weaker than I am? It's like, you could see the mental math going on in this guy. So it's like, wait a second. The Zealot? No, I lose that. The Stalker? Nah, no chance. Adept? No chance either. The Probe? It's like, maybe it's a Probe. But what if it isn't? Decided to go back. Was the correct call here. Blink Stalker's moving in right now. There's still this Phoenix. Could lift the tank. Could also not blink in. I suggest not blinking in here. I definitely suggest not trying to do that. There's just simply too much. Tim's about to finish up as well. Poor Marine. Escapes from the tower. But still dies eventually. 44 workers for ByuN against 42. It is just a bad situation for Zest. Let's face it. This is a really, really bad situation right here for Zest. First 2 medevacs are out already. There is a decent Marauder count at 2. Okay, that's not actually that decent of a Marauder count. It's a pretty crappy Marauder count. ByuN's going to fly straight into that Stargate. Is he going to dodge it? Let's see if Zest's paying attention to it. Did he see it? Did he see it? Yeah. Did see it. Blinks over there straight away. At the same time we have this move out. Kills the pylon, picks up, and goes back. Blink forward is not going to be successful. Phoenix will get 1 shot off, is also not enough. Oh my god, I love the movement of ByuN. ByuN's army movement is honestly freaking crazy. Like, he actually has crazy army movement. Now he's going to surround these Stalkers. You can't be serious. If these Stalkers blink down this ramp, the game just straight up ends, I think. He's going to move towards the left side. ByuN is anticipating this. No, he's not anticipating this. I'm not sure if he is anticipating. ByuN is anticipating everything. Look at this. We'll need to blink down. Oh. We'll get the blink down. We'll lose 3 Stalkers here. It's going to be 2. Oh my god, Tim runs out. Oh, it's going to get nothing. It's going to get nothing. ByuN's still ahead. ByuN's still in a position where he probably can just kill his opponent. to take out these rocks for quicker reinforcements as well towards that position. Is aware of where the third base is. Knows it's pure Stalker Zealot, but not that many Zealots. +1's about to finish up here for Zest. 96 supply against 124. That is not a good number if you're a Zest fan. It's not a good number if you're a Protoss fan. It's also not a good number if you are Zest himself. Guardian Shield gets used here immediately. Zealots charging forward, blink forward. Tank gets lifted. We get a big mine hit on a bunch of these Zealots. Guardian Shield putting on some real work as well. 100 supply against 121. Another Zealot warp in. +1 has finished up at this point. Useless force field. You love to see it. Stalker's actually dishing out a lot of damage. Marauder count not high enough at only 6. Well, maybe it is high enough. Here come the Zealots in once more. Another stim as ByuN's army is getting lower and lower. We have another warp in as well. 11 gates available for Zest, by the way. Can potentially be holding here. Oh, huge mine shot! The blink was too late. GG gets called. Zest does not believe that he can hold after these mine shots. But before these mine shots, it felt like he was defending almost okay. But after just literally losing 10 supply to these mines, I guess he decides to tap out. GG gets called, and that might have just been the final best of 5 that we saw out of Zest until after his military service. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you, Zest, for giving us all these fantastic games. And I'm sorry that the last one that we watched had to be a 3-0 loss. Thanks everyone to you as well for watching, by the way. And I'll see you all next time for a new video. Bye-bye.